to not to say there's a lot, there are people that work there that have worked there before that came back that are happy, but I'm gonna tell you this, that again with these places they pick and choose, you know. And for me, when I came in, I was honest about, you know, my situation. I was like, I was falsely accused, convicted, this is what happened. Me and the HR recruiter person talked about it, and they talked about all the, but it's no secret because the majority of people that are there have situations like that. And it's just sometimes those things are used against you if they wanted to do something wrong. And then when I left, I did not have the opportunity to go retrieve my own items. I did not have the opportunity to sign out, and they make you sign for the headsets and this, that, and the other. So I'm just like, my check would not even equal the amount that's due for the headsets. And then they gave false information about the names of the people that were present during the exit interview. And then what I was told, I was just like, I understand, you know, sometimes that is what happens. It is just not a good fit. But can I ask how that it came to that conclusion? You know, and she was like, oh, it's from the owners. And I was like, well, who's the owner? You know, it doesn't matter. Okay. And so basically the woman was like, the person that writes my checks. So basically she's saying this is what she was told to do. Outside of all that, that person writes the checks. That's the bottom line. So, you know, really, and I mean, just the amount of dishonesty. And I think I do want to start a site with the employment experience, because there are other people that are looking for jobs quick and fast too. And they may go through the same thing. Now, like I said, I did meet a couple of people there, actually, a good two or three people there at least, you know, that left and came back, and, you know, everything was good. But like I said, they pick and choose, because I've worked in places before where I've had people complain and they were just like, oh, these people didn't pay me, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I've never had a problem. They've always paid me, you know. And then I had a situation where I had an acquaintance at work that didn't get paid. I mentioned it and I didn't get paid either. Okay. So they pick and choose, you know what I'm saying? And my concern again is that they have all of my information, all those documents, and they have my signature auto where it automatically, and your information is not secure, because once I completed my documents, all the documents that everyone else completed in each and every training class before me were right there, and it was on that tablet. Social security number, name, all of that, you know. And it was clear, you know. It's like your full name was on there, you could see it, you know. And I'm just like, wow, your information is not secure. They do not have unique IDs for the computer. So, and then they did not permit me to log out. And I'm thinking, you know, on appropriate exit, they would make sure that you're logged out. They would go with you to make sure you're logged out and that all your equipment is returned. She took my badge, and then the headsets were still there. And another one of my coworkers, I asked him, and I guess he didn't, you know, he needs his job, so he didn't really want to get involved. Was it still there? And he was just like, it took me a while for him to even give me a straight answer, but he was like, well, at the end of the shift, you know, they go by and make sure all the headsets are taken up, and then they log people out from the front desk. But that's a whole couple of hours that those headsets have been sitting there, prone to damage, theft, whatever, under my name, and you have me listed as an independent contractor. And it's like, they did me a favor by letting me go, because if I had stayed under those situations and terms, no telling, you know, you're getting people's credit card information, you know, no telling what they could do with it. You know, that's scary to me. Scary, you know. And that little bit of time that I had there, maybe 4 or 5 hours, that was scary to me. And I definitely wasn't getting paid for training anyway. And the amount of time and money that it would take me to go pick up the check for $30 or however much it was, if that, you know, just unscrupulous. And that's horrifying to me. Horrifying. So I think I might, you know, try to start something like that up. But I just wanted to share that. So um, your process works when you have time to process it, and then you learn from each experience. So I know next time I'm not filling out no tablet thing where you do everything there, where they can capture your signature and do whatever they want with it. And the trainer, I don't think those people in the front office really know what's going on, because when I asked him, I said, well, where does all this information go? Oh, it's kept here. Nobody gets it but us. No, somebody does get it, because the Homeland Security, whatever, one of those forms, whatever, it goes, those forms are actually sent out, you know. But it's just, I mean, absolutely horrible, you know. And then to not even, and then when I did a search to find out who the owner was, uh, from my personal resources, the owner's name is quote unquote Tom, you know, is what I was told. But on record is Barbara somebody, okay? And this person is just as an accountant. And because that person is never there, I mean, it's just the way that they have it set up so that you can't pinpoint anybody or anything. And completely dishonest about the people. I'm going to tell y'all this. Always get business cards when you go on your interview. Always ask how long they've been in business. Try to find out if they have done business. Have they always done business under that name? Try to find out what the chain of command is from your position up, including the owner. A good way to find out about these things, you know, are you guys listed with the Better Business Bureau? We all know the Better Business Bureau means nothing, but ask them who they're listed, how they're listed with the Better Business Bureau. Important. Do not, please do not, you know, vacation sales, especially because those companies are notorious. Do not, you know, fill out any electronic hire paperwork, especially if you're considered an independent contractor, because then they could also say they have different terms for different people. So please do not do that. You know, that's just too much out there for to be lost, especially at that type of job where, you know, to be honest with you, you know, people leave and come back. The average time spent in the 3 months. There was one lady that was there for 5 years, an older woman. Not sure what happened with her, but she's been there for 5 years. But people come and go. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, protect yourself, you know, as much as possible. You know, some things you can't, you know, due to situations. I found another that I'm starting on Monday. That's gonna make me super late on, and I may not be able to keep a roof over my head. Who knows? Because the situation is this. But my life works the way it works. The girl that stays here, the other girl that I said stays here, that I kind of like a little bit more. But over her, she's kind of sneaky too, because she, you know, try to keep your information. It's like I was talking about how some people are public and private and public. I mean, I think all of us, we need to self-ascertain and things like that. And sometimes, you know, in public places, you're sharing with people information, people that have direct contact to you, with you, that may not have your best interest at heart. This girl, the whole time she was talking about, oh, I'm sitting here talking to Marie. She's searching on her computers. You know what I'm saying? She kind of emphasized that, you know, like, what's up with that? You know what I mean? Like, why is it that person's business? Blah, blah, blah. But I didn't say anything because, to be honest with you, I was just happy to have her company for the moment. And that's another thing. Know your weaknesses. You know, right now, my vulnerability is finding people, you know, if somebody is nice to me or is tolerating of me and my presence. And because, you know, I don't have family or friends, I find myself being very open and receptive to those people, as long as they're not, especially if they're not ghetto, they're not wearing weaves and they're natural. I'm very receptive to those people because that's what I like. You know, that's who I am, and that's a reflection of me. Who doesn't like to have a reflection of them? So I have to be careful with that, because things may look the same or similar on the outside, but on the inside, you know, mentally and spiritually, you know, they may be on a whole complete different wavelength. But please, you know, watch yourselves, you know, if you're in that situation, you know. And for me, in my spirit and my soul, I always have to be honest. That's the only way that you can teach and learn and grow. To be anything other than that is to stifle and enslave yourself, and I don't believe in that. You know, but everything is everything. But like I said, each person has their own spirit and essence. You know, I don't think any one person is better than any other. Like, no sin, not one sin is greater or worse than any other. So if you fornicate or you think lustful thoughts, you know, that's just as bad as anything else. And I don't technically fornicate, but I do have lustful thoughts sometimes. And I don't even think it's really lustful. I think it's just stress relief. So, you know, that I need to work on, and I'm just reminded and being transparent about that, because I I want to be free from anything that's negative, you know, being put on me. And lust is one of the original sins that I created for myself because I didn't have any. But I need to get rid of that. It's comforting to have those thoughts. And, it is a good release of stress, but nope. When I feel that way, I need to go exercise or something. But, yeah, so that's just my experience. And hopefully, I don't know, maybe when I get a chance, maybe I'll start a website on it. But what I was saying was that I did I went on interviews like crazy the past few days. Like, literally, like 4 interviews a day on a bus. Okay, so in bus travel, just going wherever it didn't matter, and different experiences. Um, I did acquire one, but I had left that interview early to rush to another interview, which I couldn't find. So I was wandering around, but the guy called me, and I, left a note saying, was it okay for me to come back? And he was just like, don't even worry about it. You start on Monday. And this is another quote unquote vacation place. So again, this guy seemed pretty up and honest and whatever, but the important part of the interview where I asked, I don't even know the name of the company, where I asked what the name of the company is. I asked for a business card, and they're gonna say they don't have one. I know. When I asked for a business card and whatever, that important piece of it was missing. So I don't know. I could make an excuse to stop by the office and request that. But the thing about it, like, I rushed into the last job without asking the questions because I needed one. But the same thing could happen here. I need this job, and the questions that I ask may eliminate me from it. But I may be eliminated anyways. So it's good to protect yourself. So maybe that's what I'll do today. I'll take a shower, find a reason to go up. Maybe bring some cookies or donuts or something like that for everyone. And just say, I had a few questions. Did you have a job, a business card? What's the name of the company? All right, good seeing you again. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and I'll see you on Monday. So because those things are important. I did have some questions that I needed to ask. You know, and if I'm out of a place to stay and I'm out of a job, that's okay. But what I was saying about the other girl too, I overheard her saying, "Oh, because there's another lady that's coming, and the guy, the owner, offered the lady extra space in the closet that's next to my room, which I could have used extra space, but being that he offered her that, he may, try to get her this room and try to just get me out." And that would be a good reason for me to get out. And if that happens, I don't know. To be honest with you, I probably had like $5 to my name, and I need a body deodorant. So I don't know, like, where I would go or what I would do, but it is, it kind of is what it is. So, yeah. But anyways, dun, 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 that's my life. But just please be aware when you're going to these places again. And I know y'all say that, oh, I always do it when you're in a rush. Make sure you know the name of the company. Get business cards. Do not do any thing where you put your signature through electronically, with a bunch of documents that you haven't had a chance to, that they try to give you pressure to, so you don't have a chance to read. I did read mine, went through every page and skimmed through. Basically, you don't want to share any information, compromise any information, the random stuff. This video is just reporting to warn people. And if they're offering you fraud insurance and they're taking your signature electronically, and then they're being dishonest, with customers, and you're quote unquote an independent contractor, please, guys, watch your back. I was a bit lucky to be let go. But yeah, so anyways, good morning. Have a great day.